So, new koi day today. I am travelling up to Kent to a private dealer who is the same guy who managed to import the Nutrimare 360 food. I believe I already know what fish I'm getting, but I'll probably end up falling in love with something else instead and getting something completely different. I've done that before a few times. So we shall see. It's about an hour and a half's drive for me, so not too bad. I'm looking forward to it.
Because where I'm going is a private dealer, I didn't want to do any filming around his yet, as it's also his home, but perhaps next time. After a lot of deliberation, sorry Dan, I finally chose my koi and also picked up some different Nutrimare food. This one is slightly more suited to winter feeding, as my pond is going to be unheated. The Nutrimare food is in limited supply in the UK, but if you are interested in the food or just joining a friendly and helpful koi community, there's a link below which will join you into a WhatsApp group which includes the UK Nutrimare importer, the German Nutrimare exporter, and many other koi crazy members. After bringing the koi in next to the pond, I got my own measuring bowl out to put the koi into. I emptied them into the measuring bowl in their own water, but slowly added my pond water to this over the course of around 30 minutes to get them more acclimated to the water. So I went up there to get one and I came back with 3 in the end. So we have a Yamabuki Ogon, which is the one that I went up to get. We have a Ginrin Chagoi, which is something that I've always wanted, to be fair. I did wonder if I'd end up coming back with a Ginrin, if he had one anyway. And we also have a Ginrin Achiba. Now the pattern on it isn't the most desirable in terms of like show quality or anything like that, but I just fell in love with the Ginrin silver on it. Yeah, absolutely loved it. So hopefully that should now add a bit more colour to my pond, because we have a lot of white in there at the moment. So the Yamabuki Ogon is from the Izamiya breeder and is a jumbo Tosai, 1 year old. The Chagoi and the Achiba are both from Hiroi, again Tosai, 1 year old. We are at 27 cm for the Chagoi, 38 cm for the Yamabuki Ogon, 32, 33 for the Achiba. I just fell in love with that silver Ginrin. So a tub of 3 Ginrins here, look at that, that is stunning. Beautiful. Right, let's get them in the pond. Ooh. Oops. There goes the Chagoi. I'm going to get a sock. There goes the Achiba. It's a shame, well, 1, there's glare, and 2, the water is a tiny bit cloudier today than it usually is. I don't really know why. But there's the Yamabuki there. And there is the Ginrin Chagoi under that one that I don't actually know if you can even see. There it is, right there. This glare. This glare's making it hard to see. And there is the Yamabuki Ogon. No, it's not called the Yamabuki Ogon. That's that one. What's that one? Ginrin Achiba. There we are. All swimming quite happily. I will keep a bit of an eye on them over the next few hours. But so far so good. So I'm now pretty content that they are content. Over the next week, I think I'm going to be treating the pond with potassium permanganate, PP. The reason being, they're looking okay now, but for the past couple of weeks, they just haven't been seaming themselves. They've been a bit sulky on the bottom. I've seen a bit of flashing and stuff like that, and I mean, they're eating, but not quite the rate that koi should. Obviously, potassium permanganate will nuke absolutely everything in the pond, including the beneficial bacteria in the biological filtration and, well, everywhere really. So I am a bit hesitant to do this. I did think I'd be doing it today, but I didn't get home in time before the shop shut. Obviously, you can, treat it with salt. You can put the salt content up to around 0.6 kilos, but I will be needing to put in, it'll be over 60 kilos of salt, and you need to leave it at that salinity level for around 10 days. The salt won't treat absolutely everything, so it could be another 10 days before I realise that the salt hasn't worked, and then I'll have to PB again. So for that reason, I think I'm going to be PPing. That sounds funny, doesn't it? I've been scraping so much and I can't find anything, and I've been testing the water parameters loads, and again, like the ammonia is 0. The nitrite is unreadable because it's so low. The nitrates, yet there are some, but it's well within ranges, and I'm doing somewhat regular water changes. So I'm really, really unsure what it is, because they're showing signs of some sort of parasite, and I'm very new to scraping. It probably is a parasite of some sort. So I think PP is the best option now. Obviously, what a lot of people are probably thinking now is, well, I shouldn't be adding new fish to the pond if the current ones aren't quite right. But my logic is, if I'm going to PP it, it's better to do it after new additions to the pond rather than before. And then I could get new additions to the pond that have got something, they'll bring something in, and then we're back at square one again. So that's my logic. If anyone has any other ideas, please let me know. But yeah, the flashing isn't loads. I mean, someone's noticed it in my last video and they commented on it, so thank you for that. Maybe if I'm sitting out here for 20 minutes, I might see one fish flash once, so it's not as if they're flashing all the time. I mean, if you've been watching the fish over the past minute or so, you've probably noticed that you haven't seen one flash yet. So it's not a lot. So even if they do have parasites, it doesn't seem to be severe, but it does seem to be enough that they are sometimes a bit sulky and stuff like that. The air stones aren't on at the moment, so before someone says, oh, it's probably not that much oxygen, I am testing regularly for the oxygen as well. I've got an oxygen meter, and the air stones are usually on, and there's a lot more air going into the pond than this usually. So yep, I think that's what I'm next going to do. I am also wanting to put a cover over the pond for the winter, just to keep it a bit warmer than it otherwise would be. I was going to have it simply just a cover, and that's cut round and then weighed down, so obviously it doesn't blow away. But the more I think about it, the more I'm wondering if I should have some sort of kind of similar construction style to like almost a polytunnel. Bolt one end of the frame like low down on the fencing. I don't want it a massive angle and it to be really high up, but low down on the fencing, maybe literally at the bottom of the panel. And then on the floor here, the only thing is I'll have to cut around the tree a bit, which again is not a massive issue. And have kind of like a latch somewhere where I can open parts, so I can see the pond if I need to feed them, or just, check that the fish are doing okay. And then also I can have it over this part as well, so I can keep this running. Yeah, if anyone has any ideas on what to do, I think that's probably going to be the best way to do it. I will be doing a video on it, but if anyone has any ideas for that, please let me know, maybe down in the comment section below. But until then, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.